You can all hear me. I think I'm very sure my voice is actually supposed to be very clear. And today's session, I have a very simple PowerPoint presentation to actually share with you. And this is actually making money from company profile design. My name is Elvis. I am a graphic and web designer. In graphic design, I have been creating and designing company profiles for like 6 years now, 6 to 7 years. And it's a very good venture for anyone who'd actually want to get started in it. More to that is that I'm a content creator. I think quite a number of you maybe know me from TikTok. Quite a number of also who have actually joined the session are from the Telegram channel. So to anyone who is joining, please mute your microphone. Please mute your microphone when you join in. When you join, please mute your microphone so that we are audible for each other. Now, I'm going to start directly. I'm going to actually start immediately. Now, making money from company profile design. Now, what is a company profile? That is the first thing that maybe you would be wondering. What is a company profile as a whole? Now, a company profile is a comprehensive description of a company or a business that highlights its products or services, history, mission statement, goals, achievements, management structure, and other relevant information. So basically, it's a documentation that actually has the various products or services that a company has, the history or maybe the formation of that particular company. And then there is also the mission statement. That is what you have as a mission for a company. At the same time, we also have something about the vision statement and things like core values. We have goals. We also have achievements. We also have management structure. It can can also be illustrated out as a business organogram or an organizational structure. And there's also other relevant information about a particular, that is, in the company profile, you find relevant information about a particular business or a company as a whole. Now, a company profile serves as a marketing tool for the company and provides a snapshot of its key attributes, strengths, and capabilities. Now, I'll give you a brief example. I think most companies, like finance companies, also have company profiles. Like if you're an auditor, it's very important for you to actually have a company profile. And the reason that you need a company profile is because a company profile is going to be an easy way for you to market your services to individuals. Now, it's very hard for someone to come and tell you, can you give me all the services that you provide? Or maybe tell me what you do. So it's going to be very hard for you to start from A to Z as compared to having a company profile. Now, a typical company profile may include information such as, number one is a company's name. Number two, we have a logo. We can also have the location of that particular establishment, the year of establishment of that particular company or business, the ownership structure, that is the owners, the board of directors, management, and the rest. Then we could also have the number of employees. Then we have products or services offered. We also have a customer base, and we also have the target market. We can also have financial performance, any awards or recognitions received. So you can actually find all these in a company profile. And I bet most of you actually, maybe when you're trying to bid for government contracts, or you're trying to get jobs to maybe to supply maybe to an organization, a business, or a company, to an extent you're told, can you provide us with a company profile? Because not very many businesses will actually tell you that bring your services without actually offering or telling us what you do. So those are the kind of things that you find on a company profile. Now, it may also provide details about the company's culture, values, and corporate social responsibility initiatives. So that is actually all included in a company profile. Now, company profiles are often used by businesses to showcase their strengths and capabilities to potential customers, investors, partners, or employees. Yeah, and a company profile, like maybe when you're trying to get pre-qualification as a supplier, maybe for a county government, most of the time they're going to ask for a company profile. A company profile is actually going to tell a particular organization, a firm or a company or a government institution of what you do. So if you're a general supplier and in your company profile that you've illustrated that you provide general supply services for maybe you supply food, you can say that you supply stationery, you can say that you also supply office maybe equipment, you can say you office furniture. So it's actually all going to be included in your company profile. And in the company profile now, you can have all the various details about your products, what you have, maybe you can actually even have photos of basically what you have. Now, before we get to the whole intricate principle of me introducing you to a company profile, now why learn how to design a company profile? That's a question someone might be asking themselves. Why learn how to design a company profile? Now, learning how to design a company profile can be valuable for a variety of reasons, including number one, professional development. Designing company profiles can help you develop your skills in graphic design, layout design, and typography, which are all important skills in the creative industry. So if you decided that you want to get into graphic design, and maybe you want to understand how to do layout design, typography, by beginning to actually design company profiles, you can have some professional development in graphic design. Number two is marketing. As a marketing tool, company profiles can help businesses showcase their products or services. So if you're a financial firm, or maybe you're an auditor, or maybe you're an accounting firm, you can actually showcase the various services that you provide as a company. At the same time, you can have products like, let's say you maybe supply office stationery. So you're going to actually post and share images of those particular products. Number two, you can actually highlight your strengths and communicate the value proposition to potential customers. That is what you're going to provide as value to the clients that you're actually trying to target. By learning how to design effective company profiles, you can help businesses improve their marketing efforts and achieve better results. So that's one way that a company profile, that is learning how to design company profiles, will actually help you. Then next we have communication. Company profiles are often used to communicate important information about a business, a company, an organization, including maybe the firm's or the business's history, mission, and vision. By learning how to design a clear and engaging company profile, you can help businesses communicate their message more effectively. That is now helping businesses in terms of communication. Lastly, a company profile is going to help in branding. A well-designed company profile can help businesses establish and reinforce their brand identity. By learning how to design company profiles that are consistent with a business's brand, you can help them strengthen their brand image and increase brand recognition. So those are the various reasons as to why you can actually learn how to design a company profile. Now, this was just a very simple introduction on company profiles, and for you to understand what it actually really means to design a company profile. And I think it's important for me to mention that this has been something that has been done for a very long time. I believe all the way from the 1990s. It's actually very important for businesses, organizations, and firms to actually have company profiles. Now, to illustrate that to you, I'm going to show you a very simple website that we've actually been working on. And the website is called Design Space Kenya. The client actually got us to design a website for them. And what they had actually provided first to us was a company profile. And a company profile is a leeway or maybe a pathway or a kind of a roadmap to actually designing a website. Because now, if you have all the details about that particular individual or the particular firm, you can actually design a particular website. Now, the guy is an interior design. The interior design firm is this one. It's by the name of Design Space. And what the client did is that he sent us the company profile that he has. And it's basically very simple, very well attached. And we were able to actually understand what the client does. So as you can see over here, first of all, we have the logo. The logo is over here. Then we have the name of that particular business, so you really understand what you're doing or which firm you're working with. And then we have a very simple slogan over here. And it says your space, our business. So you basically understand that now you're reading a company profile. Then the next thing that we have is an about us section. and it tells you who we are, our vision and mission, what we do. It's the same thing about a company profile. Now, I think most of this was actually illustrated on the definition of a company profile. And as you can see over here, if you go back over here, you can see that it's going to include, a company profile is going to include a company's name, the logo of that particular business, the location of that particular business, the year of the establishment. Then we have other things like mission, vision, and the rest. Okay. And it also gives you what we do. Basically, it's like a very simple definition of what that particular company does. And then you can actually move down. You can see that we have step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. That is the various stages that that particular interior design firm takes in their design process. Then you can see we have clients that that particular individual has worked with, and all of them are actually illustrated over here. And then next you have the services that the particular firm has. So all these information actually was very important for us to understand that this client has a company profile, yes, and the company profile now helped us actually now begin creating that particular website for the client. All right. So we basically now understood that we were working with an interior design firm. Now, why learn how to design company profiles? Company profiles, number one. A company profile, number one, will always help any business, any firm, any company to actually scale up and actually work differently. Now, if you want to get some few samples of company profiles, you can go to my website over here. And then you're going to come and click on, it's supposed to be my services, company profile design. You click on that. And once you click on that, it's going to show you a few company profile samples that you can actually preview. Okay. So like, for example, I'm actually going to look for one. Let me look for like this one. Let me just open this up to see if we can open, to see if we can see what that particular company profile has. And I just want to show you the appearance of a company profile. Okay. Now, this one is a very simple company profile that we had created for a client. This one is actually 9 pages. I believe it was like 5,000 shillings. And the design of this particular company profile, the profile itself was designed using Adobe Illustrator, which I'm going to be showing you in a few minutes. All right. Now, the name of the business is called Hi-Fix Technologies Limited. And as you can see over here, it's company profile, the phone number of that particular business, the website over here, which is clickable. You can actually preview that, but it's not very important for now. So let me just go back. And the reason I'm actually trying to show you the importance of a company profile is that it helps your business now attract other individuals, because now this individual can actually share the profile with prospective clients and tell them that we are Hi-Fix Technologies, we are an IT and ICT company, and we also have the various services that we provide. So as you can see, we have a very simple introduction. Welcome to Hi-Fix Technologies. We also have it now, like you can see the services that that particular company provides. So the first one is diagnostics, repairs, upgrades, and sales. And as you can see, it has PC repair services and a listing of all the various services. Okay. And then as you move down, you're going to find a ton of information about that particular business. So you're able to understand what a particular company does without even asking that particular individual. All right. Now, before you now call that individual and tell them that you're interested in their services, you already know what they can do. Now, like this one provides computer repair services. It provides BIOS programming and all these. And these are actually the importance of designing a company profile. All right. As you can see, we also have Apple support and repairs. We also have some very simple statements. It provides sales and product stock, laptops, desktops, and servers. It provides computer accessories, supply, repair, and maintenance of ETR machines. So these are the various services that particular individual provides. Now, if this individual was to decide, I now need a website. First of all, the company profile is beneficial to them because now they're going to send this profile to a web designer. And the web designer is now going to interpret the profile and now create a website. Now I'm going to open a second company profile. Let me look for a different second company profile. Let me try and open these up. So if you want to view these particular company profiles, you can actually just go to my website. Then you just hover over here, my services, company profile design. And I'm trying to show you some few company profiles. so that you can really understand the power of a company profile. Now, this one is a construction company. This is a profile we worked for a construction company. And as you can see, the first thing that meets you is an image. So you basically understand that this firm has something to do with construction. It gives you the logo. First over here, the logo is over here. We have the title, company profile. Then we have the location of that particular business. Then we have the postal address. We have a telephone number, and we have an email address that you can actually click over here. All right. Then the next thing, we have an about us. That is an introduction of that particular business and company overview. We also have about us, all the rest. There's a lot of information that you can actually get from by looking at a company profile. And as you can see, what differentiates us from other companies. Like if you look at this one, you see the first one is customer focus. The next thing is people management. Then we have total interaction. So as you sift through and read through the particular company profile, you're now able to understand what that particular company does. Like this one, our professional construction services, our core services, we have dams construction, construction of water plants, construction of water treatment plants, supply of water systems, construction of water tanks. Now that's a company profile. Then again, our mission statement, all right? And then we have some very simple company overview over here. Then we have something about core values. We also have our commitment, code of ethics, and these are all things that you find in a company profile. Now, our construction services include construction of dams, and as you can see, some few images have actually been attached. Construction of boreholes, as you can see, a few images have been attached. Installation of water tanks, construction of tank base and guttering for rainwater harvesting. And as you can see, there are a few images attached. And all these are actually just an illustration of that particular company, that is various services that particular individual provides. We have water construction, canal construction, and dam construction. So all through, you're going to read and realize that you can actually now understand what this particular business does. And you're able to now know who you're dealing with. And now this is something very lucrative. Not a lot of individuals know how to make company profiles. Not many individuals understand how you can actually begin by designing a company profile. Now, if you want to begin in this whole design process of how you can actually design company profiles, you need to understand a few things. The first thing is you need to have some idea on design, all right? But it doesn't mean that you can't achieve design ideas if you don't have a creative mind. You can always use the websites. You can actually use Google to really get ideas on how you can actually design a particular company profile. Now, I'm going to give you a very simple introduction to a software now. Before we wind up, I want to just finish up, just take a few questions, and then we proceed on to the next step and finish up now. Now, I'm going to introduce you to a very simple software over here. The software itself is called Adobe Illustrator, all right? And maybe someone might be looking at it and you're wondering, what kind of software is this? And the first thing you need to know about Adobe Illustrator is that Adobe Illustrator is an industry standard design software. So what you're actually viewing right now is what each and every person in the world is viewing. Currently, the version that I'm running at the moment is Adobe Illustrator CC 2020. It's very stable, but the other versions I currently have, I think, Adobe Illustrator CC 2022. Still awaiting for 2023. I don't know if it's out yet. But this is basically the industry design software that is used by graphic designers. So if you decided to design a logo, this is the software that you use. All right? And the reason I'm actually telling you how to design company profiles with Adobe Illustrator is that it widens your scope of creativity. Okay? Now, Adobe Illustrator as a whole now has been used for a very long time to design vector graphics. What I mean by vector graphics is that a vector graphic is actually like it's an image, a kind of, maybe how will I define it for you? If you like, let me just give you an example of this one. This one is a logo for a company. Okay, so anytime I zoom in, this one doesn't work with pixels. It works like, I don't know if it's mathematical equations. It doesn't lose its quality no matter the number of times that you zoom in. Currently, we are zoomed in to 64,000%, and we can still see that we've not lost our color. All right. Now, a second software that is used is called Adobe Illustrator. All right. I want you to see what actually happens when you zoom in. All right. So when you zoom in, it starts to pixelate. Yeah. But if you go back to Adobe Illustrator, when you zoom in, it still maintains the same kind of design architecture for vectors. For images, actually they lose quality, because if you zoom in, they have to. These are not really vectors but images. Now, Adobe Illustrator, first thing is that it is used to actually design logos. Now, someone might tell you, I want you to design a logo for me. What is the name of your business? The name of my business is, let's say, Essentia Electronics. So first thing is you create the new file. Then when you create the new file, you can decide to use the E. So what I'll do is I'm going to use the text tool. Okay, don't be worried about this. This is just a very simple introduction for you to understand what it means to use Adobe Illustrator. So I'm going to type in a very simple E over there. All right. After I'm done with that, I'm going to come select a font. So I'm going to select that as my font. Then I'm going to change the font style. I can make it like something like that, or maybe I can do something. Let's use that one. And then I'm going to decide, just right click and create outlines. That's so that I can convert it into an object. And then I'm going to select this tool, the direct selection tool, click on it, and then I'm going to come over here, just do something like that, or maybe just make it up to that point. Then I'm going to take this one again. Let me just move that up to that point. And again, let me see if I can do something funny. All right, then I'll just draw a very simple eclipse. Give it a color. Okay, can give it a color. After I give it a color, I can just move my E over here, bring it to the front, change it to color white. All right, and then I'm going to add some, like just some very simple something like this, and let me do. Okay, so I'm going to resize these, and I'm going to make something like this one. I can make this one bigger. Okay, then I'm going to select all these, use something we call a shape builder tool. All right, make that one. So I'm going to change this one to color like that one. All right, so I'm going to have that as a very simple logo. So I can have that as my simple logo, and then I say Essentia. Let me say Essentia Company Limited. All right, let me change these to limited. And after I do that, this is a very simple logo. This is a very simple logo. You're trying to design a simple logo for a business. This one is Adobe Illustrator. And let's say this one provides financial services for businesses. All right, so these are very simple slogan. And then I'm going to resize this, make it a bit smaller. Okay, then make it like something like that, do something like that, and then I'm going to say that this one is increase that. Okay, so if you have something like this, then I'm going to drag it over there, change the color of this one to something like that, make this a little bit bolder, or maybe just make it like something like that. We can change the color again to something like that. So basically now we understand that we are working with two colors. So I'm going to take my rectangle, holding shift, draw. So this is the first color. The first color is supposed to be this one. And so we have this as the primary color and this as the accent color. And then when I'm done, I'm going to just duplicate this again, duplicate that. After I'm done, like if I'm just going to draw a very simple something like that. Move these to the back, change these to that color, and then I'm going to select that. And if the client decides that they want this as their logo, I'm going to tell them that it's 5,000 shillings to create that particular logo. What do you think about Adobe Illustrator? So when the client decides that this logo is okay with me, okay, maybe what you can do is just make this color this one now. So I'm going to change that. And then I'm going to send the logo to the client finally and tell the client that the logo, your logo, it may take time, and it's going to be 5,000 shillings for that logo. That's the power of Adobe Illustrator. Okay. Now, after you're done with the logo, this is a very simple logo. We've just created it just out of nowhere, just something like that. We get to the company profile. With the company profile, with Adobe Illustrator, you're able to work with anything. All right. Now, like someone might be wondering, how did you make this image inside? How did you make it actually actually appear in a circle. In Adobe Illustrator, we have something we call clip masking. All right. So maybe all through this, you're going to be realizing that I'm going to be using some terms and terminologies, but I'm going to give you an ultimate solution at the end of it all for you to actually understand how to work with Adobe Illustrator. So this is a very simple company profile. As you can see, everything is actually clickable. You can actually move each and every aspect of this, and you can actually even create some of the simplest things in Adobe Illustrator. Now, like, this company provides cybersecurity services, and this whole profile actually took less than 3 hours to create, and the payment for this was around 5,000 shillings, if I can remember well. And most of the content was actually generated using AI and paraphrased using there's a tool called there's this paraphraser called Quillbot, and we designed this whole profile in Adobe Illustrator. So this is a way that you can actually start making some money for yourself. All you need to actually do is install Adobe Illustrator on your computer. Now, if you go to the Telegram channel over here, if you go to the Telegram channel, I think there is a link I've shared actually on Adobe Illustrator. Let me just open it up. Illustrator. Don't know if it's going to open up. Okay, no problem. I think it's at the top somewhere over here. Links. I'm trying to get that particular link. It's somewhere. It's normally, I think I had shared it previously with some individuals, but you can actually find it on the Telegram channel. It's a link that will help you actually get started by downloading Adobe Illustrator and then start the journey of designing company profiles. Now, someone tells you to design a company profile for them, and they tell you that they are a construction company. Now, and they don't have the content. They don't have content. Like, you have to first write down content. I think everyone already knows that you can use ChatGPT. So, like, for example, we have this company by the name of Essentia. So we can decide that Essentia construction. All right. So what you'll write down is write an introduction to Essentia construction in Kenya. All right. So basically, ChatGPT already understands that you want some content actually written for a construction company, and it's actually going to write down this whole content. Then what you'll do when designing the profile, you're going to charge the client twice. Utamwambia, for me to write your content, I'm actually going to charge you like maybe 2,000 shillings extra. Okay? And then you're going to take this content. Like, for example, I'm going to open another website by the name of Quillbot. Okay? Quillbot is something we use to paraphrase. Okay? Like, if I open Quillbot, so right now it's already written some content. It's written Essentia Construction is a leading construction company based in Kenya, specializing in providing high quality construction to clients across all the list, blah, 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 blah. So what you do is you copy these. You copy that, go to Quillbot, then you look for the paraphrasing tool, you paste in your content over there, and then you click on paraphrase. So now it's not going to be AI written content, but now it's different content. Okay, so as you can see, it's actually already rewritten your content in a different way. So to prevent, like, maybe if you're afraid of using content that has been generated using AI, you can now use something we call a paraphraser, that is Quillbot. All right, but now, as I only have 2 minutes to wind up so that I can take questions and then we can finalize. Now, company profiles can make you good money. Company profiles are a way that you can actually start making some money for yourself. Like, if you're in university and you're wondering, how can I actually get started in designing company profiles? The first step I'm going to tell you is that you need to first have an understanding of Adobe Illustrator. All right? And Adobe Illustrator is an industry standard graphic design software. There are normally two. There is Adobe Illustrator and Adobe Photoshop. Adobe Photoshop is actually a very good software that is used in manipulation of images. So, like, for example, if you wanted to do any kind of edit, you can actually do it on Adobe Illustrator. Now, if you wanted to provide layout graphics, infographics, logos, documentation, presentations, you use Adobe Illustrator. Both software happen to work hand in hand. All right, you can use Adobe Illustrator to design logos, which is actually the best, and then you can decide to use Photoshop to do edits. Now, Photoshop can do something like this. You can do this, you can crop, copy. enter. All right. At the same time, let me just give you an example. I'm going to go to a website by the name of Freepik. Let me go to Freepik. Freepik.com is a resource platform for graphic designers. So like for example, I'm going to look for an image for a black man, and I want to show you a few things you can actually do with. You can actually use Adobe Photoshop to actually edit images. These are just by the way, so that maybe someone else might be wondering how can I actually, what is Adobe Photoshop? All right, so let me look for some premium images. Okay, I'm trying to get images so that I can actually illustrate it to you. Now, like for example, I'm going to take these first image, and I'm going to download it. So I'm going to download that particular image. Okay. Now this one is another website. It's called Freepik. You can actually check it out. Then I'm going to open that particular image, and let me see. So this is Photoshop. I've actually opened that particular image in Photoshop. With Photoshop, you can easily remove a background, as you can see. You can actually select a subject. And you can actually cut that particular subject out of a layer. Like for example, I can decide that I now want him out, as you can see, you can paste it. You can paste that particular individual somewhere else. This is the power of Adobe Photoshop. Again, you can also do something we call, I think it's liquify. You can do a lot of things. I think you've seen a lot of cartoonized images that are actually trending online, people who've actually been photoshopped. This is basically using Adobe Photoshop. Now, like for example, let me just do a few funny things about this image. So Photoshop can do something like that. It can do something like that. It can actually, if you're a socialite and you're wondering how you can actually make your images sweeter, better, maybe align your nose rightly, you can use Adobe Photoshop. This is now Adobe Photoshop, and not many people actually know how to use Adobe Photoshop, so you can actually introduce yourself to the same. So this is Adobe Photoshop. It's something very interesting that you can learn, and it has a few things that you can really do. So that's Photoshop, and then next is Adobe Illustrator. This is actually what you actually use to design company profiles. Now, the information contained in this particular session that we've had today is very simple information on an introduction to designing company profiles using Adobe Illustrator. All right. Now, if at one point maybe you're interested in learning and getting started in learning how to design company profiles, I have an extensive course on how to design company profiles with Adobe Illustrator. And Adobe Illustrator is a very, very powerful tool, extremely powerful tool. And actually, it's not very easy to actually provide it as a free course, or actually provide it as something that, okay, I'm trying to say it has to be premium on my end. So I decided to create a course. So if you go to my website, that is elvisw.online, and there are various courses that I actually have at the moment. I have web design classes, but what I don't really have is company profile design classes. All right. So if you come over here and click on learn, and then you click on learn web design. All right. So like for example, someone maybe the first time you open this up, let me just create it as an incognito window. If I paste that over there, it's going to first prompt you to log in, all right, because you have to sign in for the first time. What you'll need to do is click on continue with Google and make sure that your email is actually signed in. Now, like for example, what I'll do, let me just log out from my account, and when I log out, it's going to take me directly to this part. So let me just paste that particular link over here, and so it's going to give me something like this. So what you'll do is you're going to click on continue with Google, and then you're going to select the particular email that you want to use. All right. So I'm going to first select like my email. All right. I'm going to use this particular email over there. And yes, so it's going to open up. And it's now going to take you directly to the course. All right. It's a full course that is actually going to enable you to learn how to design company profiles. The course itself is 1,500 Kenya shillings. I didn't price it expensively. It's something that would help you learn how to design company profiles. Currently, I don't have quite a number of enrollments. I believe I just have 2 students who've actually bought it at the moment. And it's a full description on actually how you can get started designing company profiles. The course content is actually going to be added over here. Some of an example of course content is, let me show you. I'm going to show you another course that I have. There are students who are actually taking that particular course. These are kind of content that you have, all right? There are various topics, and each topic has its own videos. And as you can see, this is the same thing that is actually going to be here to help you learn how to design company profiles. Basically, if the company profile that we've actually been shared, that has been shared by our lady friend over here, is a very simple company profile. A company profile that is now going to help that particular individual redesign and maybe do something. All right. So now, briefly, I'm going to show you something. All right. So now she sent me that profile, and let me just close this up. Let me close this up. Let me close this up again. And let me show you. I'm going to open that particular file. All right. So she sent it. I think where have I downloaded it? Okay. I don't know where I've actually downloaded that particular company profile, but I think everyone understands basically what it means to actually have a company profile. Let me just open. Let me save us and just download it. I'm going to drag it over here. Just click on downloads again. And I'm going to drop it up to that point. This is called Adobe Illustrator. And Adobe Illustrator is something that is very powerful. It's a very powerful tool in graphic design. So if I click on that and try and see what the particular profile has, you can see that you can actually have access to each and every element that is in this particular profile. So like for example, if I wanted this image, I can drag it out. If I wanted this, I can drag it out. If I wanted this, I can drag it out. If I wanted this, I can drag it out. All right. I can still do the same for this. You can just come, click on that point. And then I'm going to actually unclip it. All right. And when I do that, I can actually drag this out. I can actually drag this, anything in this particular profile. That is what you can do with Adobe Illustrator. And it will be very interesting for you to learn. So the first thing that you need to remember when designing company profiles is that you have to understand that you have to write content for a particular profile. Up to that point, I want to really say that I hope that you've just had an introduction into Adobe Illustrator. And I'm open to a few questions, maybe before we wind up. And if you're interested in enrolling, you can actually enroll to the particular course. You can actually WhatsApp me directly. Click on this button over here. I think my number still is on my bio or on Telegram. You can actually join my Telegram channel. And yeah. So, does anyone have a question? And do you think it's actually very interesting for you to learn how to design company profiles using Adobe Illustrator? You don't know, like you can actually get started in designing company profiles and eventually you find yourself in web design. That is what happened to me. I used to design company profiles and I sent them to web designers. So one day one web designer asked me, why do you design company profiles without creating websites? And that's when I learned the art. So a company profile in Kenya is going to cost you between a range of like 3,000 all the way to 15,000 Kenya shillings. And then a website is going to cost you between 20,000 all the way to 100,000 Kenya shillings. So I learned to do both. And I was actually able to supplement my income. I only target one company profile each and every week and one website each and every week. You can get a client who tells you that I need a profile that actually has I need a profile that I can use for my business, and I also need a website. So you can actually try that. I think someone has already enrolled. His name is Benjamin. Benjamin, I don't know if you're here, but thank you for enrolling to the course. And it's going to be a very interesting journey for you to actually get started into. That is basically designing company profiles. So, does anyone have any question? I'm actually providing the software freely, and the classes are actually going to start soon enough. They're going to be online classes. I'm going to provide mentorship to each and every one of you who is interested in learning the art of company profile design. So, I'm opening the floor to questions, just a few questions so that we can wind up. Joel, it's your platform. You've raised your hand. Okay, I think he has disappeared, but anyway, okay, let me open the queue to see. So, Amos Natili, you can ask your question.
Yeah, good evening, Elvis and team.
Good evening. Good evening. Good evening, Amos.
Yeah, I wanted to ask a question.
Uh-huh.
After all this learning and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
how do you pitch for clients? Because I get for you to at least monetize the skill, you will
Mm-hmm.
need to get clients. So I don't know how do you pitch for clients. Then the power of convincing them that
Mm-hmm.
you actually have the skill, they'll at least maybe need some previous works.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know how someone goes about that.
The first thing that you have to remember is that when most of the time is clients, they want proof of work. All right. If Amos told me I have a like Amos, are you still on the line?
Yeah, yeah. So yeah,
If for example I came to you, if you like I came to you and told you, Amos, you have a company that does construction services. It's called Amos Construction. Yeah. And then Amos tells me I need you to design a company profile for me. Yeah. You tell me that you want me to create a company profile for you, right?
yeah.
What's the first thing that you're going to ask from me?
Actually, information about
No,
firstly, I'll need you to prove for me that
exactly.
you can do it. Yeah,
Now, what
can
you
prove.
do, is
Yeah,
you when you learn how to design company profiles, I
yeah.
normally advise someone create at least 2 3 demos. All right,
Okay.
you can create a first demo and say that this one is a construction company. All right.
Yeah,
Then the next one you can create a company profile for an IT company, and then lastly you
yeah,
can create a company profile for a construction company. All right.
yeah,
And then after I have those samples, now someone is going to tell me, show me your samples. You're going to send them to that particular individual, right?
yeah,
And when the particular individual is convinced, they're going to give you that particular job, and you're going to share a rate card with them. So
yeah,
that is tell them the pricing of that particular company profile. But it has to
yeah,
importantly start on the ability of you delivering that particular job. You get?
yeah,
And that actually works with proof of work. Sindio?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
so it's very important for you to understand that you need to first have evidence of what you can do. You get?
yeah,
Then the next thing, you can also use platforms like you can use your WhatsApp. Most individuals actually underestimate the power of WhatsApp because WhatsApp normally has this option of WhatsApp status. But most of us are actually accustomed to posting memes and all these things. I normally tell someone, don't be mediocre, don't be a funny individual. Use, if you're a professional, use your all your social media that you have, convert it to your brand. So if it's WhatsApp, post WhatsApp. Weka kwa WhatsApp status, sema company profile design services. These are the various services. If you continue doing that for a long, long time, eventually you're going to find yourself getting clients. You understand?
yeah,
Apart from that, Amos, there is a platform by the name of Gigi. You've heard of Gigi, right?
yeah, yeah.
Gigi
Nice.
happens to be a platform that few people trust, but a lot of people also believe in. All right?
Yes,
Like mostly myself, I get clients from Gigi. A client is going to tell me that I need you to design a company profile for me from Gigi. You get?
yes,
So you can also use Gigi. And it's very, as our friend over here, Washuka Kimani, is saying that you have to consider the aspect of marketing. All right?
yeah,
So you've understood me, Amos. All right?
yeah, yeah. You
Okay.
covered it.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Now, any other question from anyone on this particular session? Does anyone have a question? Salman. Salman is you. It's you. It's you. Okay. Chi.
So I just wanted to find out the timeline on when the course is supposed to start.
No, you know online courses don't have a timeline. You can actually start anytime. Yeah.
The
Does it?
training materials are
The training material is actually going to be today is Wednesday. It's supposed to be actually available from Saturday.
okay.
It's going to be fully available from Saturday, and so basically from Monday, those who actually want to start and begin as a first cohort can actually get started. Yeah.
Okay.
So from Monday, everything is actually going to be available. Communication on the same is actually going to be done.
And another question.
Hmm.
So apart from benefiting from the skills provided by you as the trainer,
Mm-hmm.
what other benefits that your students benefit from you in the long run?
In the long run, you're able to work with me. You have impressive work, and you do something good. I'm actually able to. I can work with you. You understand? Huh?
Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes. That's the whole thing for me. I actually believe in uh, the people you train. Actually, can also be a kind of a resource. That is a human resource. So that will also be an advantage for anyone who is actually under my training program.
All right. Thank you.
All right, all right. Salman. Salman. Okay. Patrick Mutuma.
Hello,
Hello, Patrick.
how are you?
Good.
I have a quick question
Yes.
on the courses.
Uh-huh.
Do you offer certificates at the end
N-
of the course?
no, no, no. Mine. You know, you have to understand one thing.
Uh-huh.
Nowadays, certificates aren't as much as important as the skill. Patrick,
True, true. Yes, I'm here.
if someone wanted, if like for example, a lady approaches you, maybe her name is Margaret, yeah,
Uh-huh.
and she tells you that she can design a company profile. What will you ask from her?
Proof of knowledge, definitely.
Okay, and proof of knowledge. What will you specifically ask for?
Proof of work.
Exactly. Will you ask for a certificate?
Organizations tend to do that. I don't know why.
No, organizations mostly ask for that when it comes to, it's kind of a traditional thing nowadays because most businesses and companies nowadays they don't do that. Because rarely will you work with someone who has a certificate and leave someone who has a skill. You understand?
Yeah.
I'm not going to hire someone who has a certificate in maybe something like graphic design and leave someone who can actually do graphic design. You get?
Yeah.
Plus the rate that I'm actually charging, 1,500 is actually very little to provide a certificate. You get?
Yeah.
Yes, yes. I'm going to take another final question from.
Last question before I leave.
Okay.
How long does the course take from the
It's
time someone has started?
okay. Is learning material, and
Okay.
online. You can actually even decide that you're going to dedicate like 10 hours continuously and learn the whole thing. You get?
Okay.
But for you to understand it, it's important for you to actually like put like 30 minutes to 1 hour a day to actually get what you're really working with. You get?
Okay. Okay.
Yes, yes.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Salman.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can hear you.
Okay, so my question is,
Yes.
um, do you use multiple platforms for a single design, or it's better
Do I
just
use?
one? Multiple platforms like Adobe Illustrator, Adobe Photoshop,
Uh,
single design
I
for
don't.
company.
I can't get sikupati vizuri.
As in, like you introduced us to Canvas, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, like you for the whole design, like
Mm-hmm.
you don't design a company proper or so.
Mm-hmm.
You design, you use just Canva for it, or you mm, mix it with Photoshop or
No, no.
Adobe.
Mostly, you're going to find that a lot of actually going to create a profile continuously only using Adobe Illustrator.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you know the thing about this software is that they help you. They complement each other. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So really, for me, I use Adobe Illustrator because a lot of things that you're going to do on Photoshop, you can do on Adobe Illustrator. It's the same thing. Like for example, if I told you to use Microsoft Office Word, you know how to go about it, right?
Yeah.
If I told you to go use Google Docs, you know how to go about it, right?
Yeah.
They're only two different systems, different software, but they have the same end goal. You get?
I get.
But more, this one has its own use. Like Adobe, like for example, Office Word has its own use. Then we have Excel. It has its own use. Yeah, Salman.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. But
Yes.
mostly, you can use one continuously. You use mostly when designing the profile, you're going to realize that you're going to be only using Adobe Illustrator, nothing else.
Yes.
Yes.
Alafu And for, let's say, for Adobe Photoshop, which you use,
Mm-hmm.
how do you download it? Because once I remember watching one of your videos, introduction to Adobe Photoshop, I had a hard time downloading it on my laptop.
No, for me, what I'm actually doing is that I'm providing the software for free.
Oh,
Yeah.
so you send the software and then I
Yes.
download it.
Yes, for free.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah. That's okay.
That's
All right. All right. Amos.
Yeah, Elvis, I'd forgotten something.
Uh-huh.
While you've been showing us how you create the company profiles,
Mm-hmm.
nimeona umekuwa unatumia Adobe Illustrator, I guess, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I don't know if that is also covered in the course yenye unapeana ya 1500, because as for me, actually sina idea ya Adobe Illustrator. I've never used it before.
You never
So
used.
I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know if it's covered in the course or maybe ungetupatia tu course outline ya hiyo
Yes.
vitu zako ili cover nini it would be better.
The course itself, the whole course itself, is an introduction to Adobe Illustrator. You get?
Yeah.
It also introduces you to Adobe Illustrator. So each and every aspect of us learning how to design a company profile,
Yeah.
you're going to be learning how to use the various tools on Adobe Illustrator. You understand?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like an introduction. You get to know how to use Adobe Illustrator as a whole.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Then
Alright.
Elvis,
Uh-huh.
kama kuna wasi wako hapo na kwa Telegram, I do trading forex. Na ninahitaji peers bana, at least people I can connect with, not necessarily kuza sinos, but hata mimi bado ni newbie kidogo, but I need at least people wenye you can connect with, at least a team. Unajua kuangalia charts peke yako inakuwa ngumu at times. You tend not to see idea, so I don't know kama kuna wasi wako hapo and they are maybe doing forex, and could connect through your Telegram group to say at least aongee.
Okay, no problem. What you do is that you just on the chat, just say what you do. You see ni sawa?
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Amos. Cornelius, I don't know if it's Cornelius. Someone, Cornelius, you've raised a question. You've raised your hand.
Yes, sir. Okay, I'm Kipruto Cornelius from Nakoro.
All right.
Yeah, I was asking about, I've heard you say that you give the Adobe Illustrator app for free. Yes, so I was asking, how will I get it kindly?
Yeah, to those who actually, I'm giving it to those who are enrolling to my course.
Oh, okay.
Yes. To anyone who enrolls to the course, you get the software for free.
Okay, noted.
Yes, actually, those who are enrolling get access to Adobe Photoshop, Adobe Illustrator. Yes.
Okay. See you there.
All right. Thank you. All right. Okay, karibu. I think up to that point, I can say that thank you. There's a lady who shared her profile. Where are you? Where is she? I'm looking for her. Where ako wapi? Wanjiro Ruth.
Yes.
Ruth, see now you can now get started designing company profiles in Adobe Illustrator.
Yes.
You need to learn that because you're going to make more money if you're able to use Adobe Illustrator well.
I will learn.
Yes. You can actually get started. Yeah?
Yes, right away.
All right. Thank you so much. I want to appreciate each and every one of you who's actually been here. And yeah, so thank you. I don't know, Salman, you have a question? You can finish up so that we can end the session.
Sorry for being.
Uh-huh.
My last question is, after you teach a person the skills,
yes,
do you help them with the marketing? Or because I feel like if I learn the skills and I have a poor marketing, that's what I.
One thing I will tell you is that I don't teach people who are a bit fearful. You get? If unaogopa Salman, if you're fearful,
yeah.
I would really tell you not to take the course. You understand?
Yeah.
Because one thing I normally tell individuals is that this world is a try and error. All right?
Fearful as in quick to giving up, India.
Yeah, unajua sasa now,
word
you
of
know,
mouth
one
was
thing,
right.
I tend to trend on the side of positive mentalities. You understand?
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
when you have a problem, like maybe unaogopa that maybe I'm going to
Deserve,
train you and I
deserve, deserve.
don't show you how to get started in marketing, yeah?
Yeah.
Unaona hiyo oga yenye uko nayo.
Yeah.
I would actually decline your money. Unashika?
Mm.
Because for me, like, let me tell you one thing is that when you approach something with a positive kind of vibe and you approach it in a way that you want to learn, yeah, itakusaidia. But you know, you have to understand, like, you know how to design a company profile, sindio?
Yes.
And then you sharpen yourself. It doesn't take, like, for example, there's a saying by Abraham Lincoln. It says that if I'm given 8 hours to cut down a tree, I'm actually going to spend 6 hours sharpening my axe or knives, sindio?
Yes.
Salman. So take the whole objective and learn that the world is operating. So maybe unaweza sema ati I don't want to do this thing because maybe this guy is going to scam me. But I give you a guide on how you can actually market your services. Unashika?
Yeah.
Yes. So usikuwe na wasiwasi. Thank you, Salman.
Oh.
All right. Chi.
I think just to tell Salman,
Mm-hmm.
I think most of the clients, actually, most of them, they are people of word of mouth marketing. So
Yes. Mm-hmm.
once you do something good for one client or 2 clients, I'm
Yes.
sure they know people who will want the same services, and that will help him when it comes to marketing.
Yeah, referrals.
Yes, referrals. So
Yeah.
kama anafanya kitu, kama anajitambua na kazi yake, I think he will sell himself out through referrals.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Chi. Asante. Ruth Wanjiru.
Okay, what I would like to tell Salma, like you see that client. Actually, I was joking, telling him that I know how to design the company profile. One thing that I learned is your network is your net worth. Use your contacts very, very well. Like, unaona vile anasema ati anaogopa. Imagine just post, just like you've said before, just do like 3 or 4 company profiles, and then sasi mtu atakuambia send me the sample and stuff. Imagine utashtuka vile you'll get clients. Apparently, I have three clients are waiting, and the next company profile I'm going to use on what you've told me, the Adobe Illustrator.
Yes. Then you use, let me show you something. You use FreePick, this software.
Yes.
You get something like vectors. Like, for example, if you wanted, like, let me just refresh these. So as you create the profile, Wanjiru, you use this website by the name of freepick.com. Yeah, you're going to get a few ideas. Like, let me show you. You can actually just duplicate. You know, FreePick. You've never heard of FreePick?
I have.
Yes, FreePick actually allows you to get resources. I don't know why mine is taking some time to open up. But with FreePick, you're able to access a ton of things that you can actually use for company profile design. Now, like, for example, if you decided to come and search for something like company profile template, you get?
Yes.
You're going to find like 1 million templates, like you see, like this one already over here. So when you download it, all you need to do is just change things. Like now, when you download this one, you're going to download it as an EPS vector file. Yeah?
Yes.
Then when you download it, now you have, all you need to do is open it in Adobe Illustrator, and you just tweak a few things, up on a palette, change fonts. Then you tell someone it's 10,000 shillings.
Okay, yeah.
Sindio?
Okay, thank you. Yes.
Karibu sana. Thank you for your input. This is Adobe Illustrator. Now this is what you can actually do. You get? Yes.
And next time, add on, you know about the C plan?
The C plan?
For the websites. Add on for maybe, there was someone who was asking me about if you can make, you see, like, for example, the previous place where I was working, like Ruth Wanjiru at CCI Kenya, like Elvis at CCI, you know, sasa ile mwisho ikuwa at CCI Kenya.
Oh, domain. This one, that is
called
the
domain.
That is called that's when you buy a domain, you're able to get custom domains using your website. So, like, for example, if I had my website like elvisw.co.ke, now I can actually have the ability to create like elvis@elvisw.co.ke. You get?
Oh yes.
But first of all, you have to buy a domain. So you go to our website by the name of Host Pinnacle.
Oh, thank you.
Host Pinnacle. When you go to Host Pinnacle, it's going to cost you like 3,000 shillings to buy a domain and hosting. And when you buy domain and hosting, like for example, if you click on web hosting, all right, you can find that you have email accounts. This is what you're looking for. So they have the first package as 3,999, 2,999. That's like 3,000. And then we have the second one at 4,000. Then we have, but you can go for this one for a start. All right.
For a start. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Okay.
All right. Anyone else with a question? Does anyone else have a question? Kipruto.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
I'm back again.
All right.
I wanted to enroll on the course as in right now.
Oh, you want to enroll right now?
Yeah, right away. So I wanted you to kindly assist me with the procedures I'll use.
What you'll do,
Yes.
Just you've just send you have my number.
I don't.
There is a number nimeweka hapa. Let me just share it. It's 011-566-1135.
011.
I've shared.
I've seen it.
Yeah, WhatsApp me directly.
Okay.
Then you can still send the payment directly to that number. That is 1,500 Kenya shillings.
Okay.
And then after you do, just send me your email, and then I'm going to enroll you to the course.
Okay. Thank you.
You're very much welcome. Okay. Thank you to all those who've actually been on the session. I hope it was a productive session for you. And so as for those who want to enroll, if you want to enroll, you just come and directly come to learn my website. That is elvisw.online. You come and click on learn. And once you click on learn, you can all hear me? Okay. So
yeah.
All right. So if you click on learn and then you click on web design premium, if you click on company profile designer, it's going to prompt you to do something like a login, perhaps. So you can add to cart or buy it. But if you prefer to, maybe if you're skeptical about purchasing the course online, that is, if you click on add to cart, normally the first thing it's going to tell you to do is it's the same way you buy a product on Jumia. Like it's the same way. Now what you need to do is click on proceed to checkout, and all you need to do is have your M-Pesa. All right. So it's going to actually do something like anytime, like if you input a number over here, like I can decide to input any number, and once you place the order, it's actually going to send a prompt to your M-Pesa to make payment. If it doesn't do that, it's going to prompt you to send the payment directly to a till number, which is actually going to be attached. All right. I hope the session was actually a productive session. I would actually advise you to really get into the you can actually enroll to the course, Grace. You can actually enroll to the course. Thank you so much. And if you decide that you want to really get into an understanding of how to get started in Adobe Illustrator, that will really help you. And again, you can also use YouTube. YouTube is a free resource for everyone that can help you learn a lot of things. I will also advise you to use a platform by the name of Skillshare. If you want to maybe decide, there are a lot of things you can do as a graphic designer. If you decide that you want to get in some knowledge on how to use design software, you can use this website by the name of Skillshare. Skillshare has a lot of content that you can actually get started with. Someone might be wondering, which other software do I need to learn? So also have various software that you can actually learn. I would advise you. There is Adobe After Effects. We have Adobe Premiere Pro. Learn how to use all these software, because they could really help you, by the way. And eventually, you never know the money you can actually make. Because, like, for example, if you go back to the website I was showing you earlier, if I just show you this particular website, This is just a very simple service, and it's the same thing I'm trying to teach some individuals who are learning web design. It's the same thing, the same principle I've actually used to create this website, and you're able to charge that particular client 20,000 shillings plus to design this particular website. And then eventually you can even start with a company profile. So equip yourself with these skills. They could help you. You never know. These are things you can actually create a company profile hata ukiwa Kitale, hata ukiwa Mombasa. Right now, if someone decided to tell me to go to Nairobi or even go to Mombasa, go to any town in this world, I can be able to work. And for me, the whole idea and the whole thing that I actually preach is to actually learn these skills. Benjamin is asking, yeah, you can enroll. Just inbox me directly. I'm actually going to give you a personal discount for the whole session. So I want to end the session at that point. To anyone who's actually joined late, I have recorded the entire session. The session itself has totally been recorded. It's, I think, an hour plus. I'm going to upload it on YouTube, and if you can actually join the Telegram channel, be there, and you're going to find a lot of things that could help you on that particular Telegram channel. Away from that, thank you, and I hope that your eyes have opened to another idea and another opportunity. Thank you, and we all have a good night. Thank you so much.